Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Asgardians and mutants alike. Welcome to another Liam Maiden gameplay video. Back with more Marvel Strike Force today, a game that has been on my mind lately. So we're just coming to the end of the third round of the latest pre-season tournament in Cosmic Crucible here. As you can see, I've not done very well at all. 0 wins to 2 losses, although I've only got just over an hour to go, and my opponent Gabriel is yet to move, so hopefully I'll be doing a little bit better this time around. The reason that I don't have any wins is because I actually forgot to fight both the previous turns, both previous rounds in this session. That's actually kind of what I want to talk about today. What I really want to do is just use this. It's going to be a quick video, just kind of reflecting on this pre-season experience that we've had with Cosmic Crucible, just sharing some of my thoughts and really asking you to kind of leave your thoughts down below on this newest game mode in Marvel Strike Force. Now, what I want to share first is that I was actually really excited for this game mode to drop. I was really excited when they announced it, and that's largely because, as those of you who subscribe to the channel or have seen my other videos may well know, I also play, the main other game I also play is Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and in that game, the most dynamic, most important game mode in Galaxy of Heroes is Grand Arena, where Grand Arena Championship, where you are pitted against other players. You have to, set defensive teams and then try and take them down. So basically, Cosmic Crucible seemed as though it was going to be, and I think it is, Marvel Strike Force's answer to Grand Arena Championship, or their version of Grand Arena Championship. As my favorite mode and kind of the premier mode in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, I was really excited to see how it played out in Marvel Strike Force. And generally speaking, I do think that there's an awful lot to like here in this game mode, but there are a few things that are just really kind of not working for me about Cosmic Crucible. The first one, as I've kind of already alluded to, is I think they need to do a much better job of keeping us, the players, informed of where we're currently at in Cosmic Crucible, where we're currently at in the trial, in the round sequence, because as I said, I did forget to fight for the first 2 trials of this round. Now, don't get me wrong, even if they bombarded us with reminders, people would still forget to fight. I am sure I would still forget to fight, but I think there are some things that they could be doing better. Now, one change we recently had is they started introducing these reminders that get sent to the inbox, and that's a massive plus. Thank you, Scopely, for that. It actually is probably the only reason that I did actually fight this third time round, because what I think they need to do is add an on-screen reminder tab. Now, this here is the main screen for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and you can see they've got this reminder on the right-hand side here for Grand Arena Championship, and it actually lets you know not only how much time you've got, but also where you're at in the cycle. So it says defensive or attack, set defense, sign up, or attack are the 3 various stages, and it lets you know what one you're in and how long you've got to perform that action, and that's right there on the home screen. Now, this shouldn't be too difficult for Marvel Strike Force to implement. We already have tabs on the screen for Dark Dimension and for War, for example. They pop up and stay there while that event is active. It shouldn't be difficult for them to implement something like this for Cosmic Crucible. Now, yes, these reminders to the inbox are a great plus, but I think we need this tab on the home screen as well. That's probably my biggest complaint of the current setup and my biggest request for them to add to increase playability of Cosmic Crucible. My next comment is partly aesthetic, but there's strategy here too. So this is the screen, right, that you see when you go into attack mode for the current trial that you're on. You just get all of the current 6 rooms, one after the other in a line, and you can attack any room that you like in any order. You could start at 6, you can start at 4, you can start at 1, attack wherever you like, whenever you like. Now, there's freedom in this, and I guess that is maybe a good thing, but I want to compare this again to Galaxy of Heroes. If we go into Grand Arena Championship here, where I'm not doing too well at the moment, as you can see, but you can see that they've conceptualized the whole game mode as if you're actually playing on a game board here. 2 sides pitted against each other, so I can see my side and the enemy's side on the right there. And in order to get through these territories, let's look at the top left here. In order to get to my back territory, my opponent had to first get through this front territory, had to defeat those 3 teams that I had placed there in order to be able to attack my fleets on the back wall here. And similarly, down in the bottom right hand corner here, in order to attack his back territory there, I need to get through the front territory first. Night Sisters currently holding me back. Got to do a little bit more work there before I can break through. So what this does, rather than having all the territories laid out in a line, I can very easily see how my opponent has done compared to me, and that's not the same in Marvel Strike Force. We have to click on the results button to see how they did when they were attacking you. Similarly, because you have to get through certain territories before you can reach others, it adds a whole different level of strategy to the gameplay. Now yes, I know we have conditions on the rooms right now in Marvel Strike Force, and that's something that you don't have in Galaxy of Heroes, and I know that they definitely do add strategy in terms of what teams you're going to place both on defense and on offense, but it doesn't go far enough in my mind. And of course, I also recognize that Marvel Strike Force are not literally looking to create the exact same game mode, Grand Arena Championship, just skinned as Marvel Strike Force. I totally get that. They want to do something different. It's just that right now, by comparing the two, I think Marvel Strike Force Cosmic Crucible comes off as less than in my mind because it doesn't quite have that deeper level of strategy open to it. I also, again, just think visually not being able to see how well your opponent's done as soon as you go in is another downside. I'm constantly having to click in and out of those results screens just to even get a sense of what's been going on. So it's another major downside in my mind. Similarly, not being able to underdog. The fact that we have to select 5 tunes. You can't just go in with say just Eternals if I just wanted to use Icarus and Cersei and try and just, you know, really take advantage of their power to underdog an enemy squad for extra points, for extra currency, extra points, whatever that would mean. I think that's a real disadvantage as well. Again, something that we can do in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and it just adds that extra level of strategy to the whole thing. Basically, what I'm advocating for is just to give us players greater ability to make greater use of our rosters and of our squads, right? So that we can use them more strategically in more creative ways to really get the best out of this game mode. Again, I'm really not advocating for Grand Arena Championship Marvel flavor. I think I really love the conditions on the rooms, for example. I think that is an awesome thing. I just think they could try and increase the strategy, the thinking that we really have to put into to get good at this game, whereas right now we basically just load in, take a look at all 6 rooms, and you basically know whether you're going to be able to do it or not, and what teams you're going to be able to use straight off the bat, while simultaneously not easily seeing how well your opponent's done. So there's kind of 2 changes there. One, to make it easier for us to see what we're up against in terms of how well our opponent's done attacking our defensive teams, but also to make it, you know, more interesting for us, maybe by hiding some of their teams behind other rooms, so we have to work our way through and be a little more strategic in where and how we deploy our various tunes. Finally, one more thing I want to talk about is just, and this is really just an aesthetic quality, you know, again, if we go back to Galaxy of Heroes, and obviously this is a layout that I and, you know, many other players are used to. It's just the easiest comparison, I think, between these 2 games, but it's very clear. The layout is very clear. You just click in and you immediately get this board. I find visually the view of Cosmic Crucible quite confusing. Now, maybe that's just me. Maybe you don't have a problem with it at all, but I find this, I see what they're going for, this kind of web, so you can see that you move through the web, and you know, we're all going to this right-hand side, and the various people that we're going to meet along the way based on, you know, how well everybody does in their various bracket as we move through to the final stage. I do get it. I just think it looks confusing. Now, maybe that is just me, but I much prefer the more kind of streamlined view that we have in Galaxy of Heroes, where they're not really as focused on the overall, you know, your movement through the various brackets. Most of it is just focused on the round that you're fighting right now and the enemy you're fighting right now. This kind of overview mode that they're trying to introduce with Cosmic Crucible, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I find it kind of visually confusing. It doesn't really help me understand what's going on here. I'm not saying they should get rid of it. I actually really like it as a concept. Maybe it's just make it a little cleaner. Right now, this just very much looks like, you know, a beta version to me, which, to be fair, is maybe kind of what it is. This is the pre-trial version. So don't get me wrong. All of these suggestions that I'm making here, they're not out of any malice. I actually think it really is a good game mode. You know, back at the beginning of the video, I said I was really excited for this game mode, and I still am. I think it's a really exciting new way to play Marvel Strike Force, and I am really excited to see what changes they make. This is the preseason, so hopefully they're open to feedback, they're listening to feedback, and hopefully we will get some of these changes or things similar to the changes that I'm suggesting here when this finally kind of properly launches and we're in the first proper season out of this preseason just here. Well, there you go. Kind of those are my initial thoughts now that we've had Cosmic Crucible for a while in the game. We've all had a chance to play it and kind of experiment a little bit with how we do that. These are some thoughts that I came up with, just some reflections on the gameplay and ways I think it could be improved. But do let me know down below your thoughts and comments. What do you think of Cosmic Crucible? Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? What do you think of the suggestions that I've made for ways it could be changed? And what are some suggestions you have for improvements that they could make to this game mode? Do let me know down below. Always keen to read your thoughts, comments, criticisms, and suggestions. Well, there you go. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me today. If you have enjoyed this video, found it informative or entertaining in any way, please consider giving it a like, a thumbs up down below. I really do appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And hey, while you're here, why not consider subscribing to Liam Aiden Gameplay? I drop new gameplay videos for Marvel Strike Force and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes every single week, and I would love to have you along for the ride. Well, that is all from me today. I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, look after each other.